What do you want me to do? We got 3 out of 4 planes in. That's still a lot of coke.
Now see that? That's the kind of winning attitude that's going to take this enterprise straight to the top.
In all fairness, Reese, it wasn't his fault.
Wait, what are you, an attorney? Are you his attorney? Why are you in the conversation? Come on, God. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding with you.
He loves to joke.
Terrence here is absolutely right. And hell, 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
I have heart attack already.
This is Film Sack. Oh, sure.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Film Sack. Yeah, that's right. This is Film Sack, mining the very depths of film entertainment for all mankind. This is episode 707. I'm Scott Johnson, joined today by Brian. That's a fake mustache done away.
Is not see. Ow. Oh, hi. This week on Film Sack, we reach out to Ben Stiller's wig guy, down a cup of cocaine-flavored Owen Wilson, and never take our foot off the gas of this 2004 big screen Americana love letter of a prequel to that 70s-era buddy cop TV show starring a badass 1975 bright red Gran Torino with a splash of white stripe on the back that makes it go fast. Vroom. Oh, and some guy's named Starsky and Hutch. I think they were dating. Unsure. Do it. Do it. Unless it involves touching a hugging bear, in which case, don't do it. Snoop. Drop Vince Vaughn on a yacht. Did I get it? Is that
Hugging Bear? I like Hugging Bear.
Hugging Bear.
Yeah.
Hugging Bear.
Yeah, it's
good.
good.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with it.
Anywho, welcome to the Bay City Law Enforcement Drug Lab, where we employ cutting-edge 1970s chemical identification using the latest equipment and techniques in our field. Is this a bag of cocaine? Tastes like artificial sweetener. Put this back on the streets. Nailed it. I'm good at my job. Randy, look at me. I'm not your mother. I'm your partner and lover.
Oh, wow. I like a little... I like that. It's good. Very nicely done. Also with us today, Randy, be who you are. That's what's really cool, Jordan.
Aloha, Scott, Brian, now listen up, you pukes. You're nothing but trouble. All you ever do in this precinct is crash cars and break rules and break wind, and I'm not going to take it anymore. We've got Jonah Hill's dad walking around in a towel, looking like he ate a 122-inch sandwich for breakfast, and I'm tired of looking at it. I'm sick of it. You're going to get your act together, and I don't ever want to see you again until we all go to every public event every day, despite this being a town of 15 million people. Speaking of which, how the hell do you get the entire beach under Manhattan Beach Pier all to yourself? There's usually like 500 people under there. Okay. We're going to go stop crime, and we're going to follow my 3 rules. Number 1, going undercover is super easy. You just put on fake facial hair, a funny hat, and gaudy, obnoxious clothes. No one will ever know that you're undercover unless you speak or they can see you. Number 2, make a series of hyper-focusing subjects your entire personality. Your feelings about your car should be intense, and your feelings about getting laid should be intense, and your feelings about going camping should be intense. Number 3, go to the local football field during the day to receive your prize of 1 or 2 cheerleaders to use as sexual partners. All you need to do is tell them you're a cop, and bang, you'll bang. Or at least you'll get to watch one strip down completely nude for no reason. Mm-hmm. Did I say no reason? There's always a good reason for a woman to get nude while talking to you. Yowza.
Yeah, she was naked for a hot second there.
Uh-huh.
You can get to see it, but, side boob. We got a little
But we
of that.
knew what was going on.
Oh, we knew. May have been pasties, but we knew enough.
That's right.
All right. With us, finally, we have Brian Huggy Bear, son of Kissy Bear Ribbit.
Aw, it's just a loving family. Yeah, this week I wanted to make sure that I paid homage, that I stuck to the year that this movie is supposed to take place in. So made sure that the song that I parodied was from 1975, because the new Cadillac doesn't come out till next year, the new 1976 Cadillac. So I cheated a little bit and I did a parody of a cover of a song that came out in 1967, but this version, what I parodied was a #1 hit. So
nice.
It's not just a little obscure cover. This thing was a big hit. I think we're ready to play the song.
Let's go. That was awesome, man. That's great. I don't think you've not done a Beatles song before. It's the first one, right?
I did Beatles. I did for Elektra or Daredevil. I did I Want to Join the Hand.
What does it say about me that until Scott said the word Beatles, all I thought that entire time was Elton John? What does that say
weird.
Because that was the Elton John version, and it was one of only 2 songs that were written by Lennon and McCartney that went to #1 in the U.S. but weren't done by the Beatles.
Oh, weird.
So, weird. You've got that one and Peter and Gordon's "World Without Love" way back in 1964, a song that the Beatles actually gave Peter and Gordon as opposed to performing themselves.
I don't remember the Elton John cover but version. I need to
of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Really?
I don't know why. I've
Wow.
never heard it. It seems like something I should have heard.
Yeah, you should hear it. You heard the music
backing,
from it right there.
Yeah.
The what's cool about it is Elton John and John Lennon, of course, are friends. They did a bunch of songs together, Whatever Gets You Through the Night, and John Lennon does backing vocals on Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, but he does it under the pseudonym Dr. Winston O'Boogie. Winston is John Lennon's middle name, so that's his little.
What's the O'Boogie part?
Yeah, the O Boogie.
He had to blow his nose before every verse that he sang.
It's short for Old Boogie. I see.
Old Boogie,
yeah,
exactly.
Speaking of, I realize I'm super far afield right now, but we just lost Brian Wilson a couple days ago, and I just wondering. I'm sure Brian Ibbett has heard the story, but have the other 2 of you ever heard that story about, from Alice Cooper about introducing Brian Wilson to John Lennon?
No, how'd that go?
Ooh, I don't even know if I've heard this.
Oh, it's been told a million times. So Alice Cooper is backstage at some event and he sees Brian Wilson and he's hanging out with John Lennon. He sees Brian Wilson, and so he walks over to Brian Wilson, and Brian Wilson says to Alice Cooper, "Would you introduce me to John Lennon? He's like my hero." And Alice Cooper feels like, yeah, what an honor. This is amazing. And so he takes Brian Wilson over to John Lennon and introduces them. And John Lennon says some really, really nice words to Brian Wilson. Like you are an inspiration. What you've done is, drives me to be a better musician and this kind of thing. And then Brian Wilson leaves because he's a weirdo. And then Alice Cooper says to John Lennon when they're alone together again, I can't believe that's the first time that the 2 of you have ever met. And John Lennon says, "Oh, it's the 100th time. Brian Wilson is just out of his mind."
Oh no!
Damn!
I need to know though, was Alice Cooper shirtless or not? I just need to.
That's what makes the story for you.
You always need to know.
Yeah.
He always needs to know. That's just the thing.
Yeah, because when you were saying that, I was like, God, of course they met, because like the Pet Sounds. The Beach Boys album was like their answer to Rubber Soul. It was like them saying, "Oh my God, the Beatles just went up a notch." And so,
and this story takes place in like 1975.
Right after they had definitely gone back and forth with that whole wow.
So what is Brian Wilson known for being a little off that way?
Oh
yes.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Did you need to watch the John Cusack? What was the movie called? Something in the Canyon, or
It's a documentary or a drama?
No, it's a biopic.
I don't know what that is. I'll check it out.
It's really, really good, and it's it's all about his kind of the mental illness. I don't know. Was it autism or Asperger's before they identified it as such?
Probably.
But he had nervous breakdowns, and I'm torn because I always really wanted to see Brian Wilson in concert. And so a few years ago, Red Rocks, Brian Wilson, or the Beach Boys and Chicago came and performed a double bill at Red Rocks. And they rolled Brian Wilson out in a wheelchair, basically helped lift him up, put him onto a piano bench, and he just kind of sat there the whole time. And, you know, they'd throw lyrics to him like, Mike, this was obviously a Mike Love, I need some money kind of situation. And he'd sing, all right, let's do California Girls. And he'd say, oh, well, your East Coast girls are hip, I really. And then they'd throw it to Brian Wilson, and it'd be like sadly incoherent mumbling. And then Mike would chime in and go,
that was great.
We dig those styles they wear. Like he'd like kind of take over. And I'm glad, I'm torn. It's bittersweet. I'm glad I got to see Brian Wilson perform, but that's not how I want to remember Brian Wilson.
Oh, hell no.
I can't wait for y'all to roll me out during our
Oh, hell yeah, dude. When we do a live film sack and we bring you out and you're like, F you.
Mingo phone.
Mingo phone. He just starts yelling Mingo phone.
Mingo phone, scrote.
All his stuff. That'd be amazing. Anywho, he'll say. Anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
Love and Mercy, by the way, is the movie to see.
Okay.
Love and Mercy, starring Paul Dano and John Cusack as the older and the younger versions of Brian Wilson.
Is this only a few years old or?
Yeah, 2014.
Oh, shit, I missed
a few years old, 11 years. Oh my God.
Yeah. That's not too bad. And
Elizabeth Banks and Paul Giamatti and it's so good. It's really, really
all
good.
right. I'll check it out. I
And-
don't
and
know why I didn't know about it. Yeah.
Speaking of movies that are about things that happened in the 70s, there's Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, there is. There is. We're going to talk
that's
about
right.
it.
We watched a movie.
Yeah,
didn't we?
yeah. You know what? I'll let the audience describe it first, and then we'll talk about it. Here you go. Our fake Fletcher for the week. A bunch of you at home. Here you go.
On this week's episode of Film Sack,
The crew tackles Starsky and Hutch from 2004.
Two streetwise cops bust criminals in their red and white Ford Gran Torino
with the help of a police snitch called Huggy Bear.
is it funny?
Is it serious?
Is it both?
Tune in and find out.
Find out.
Find out.
Find out.
Well, we're going to find out whether
That's
you like
fine.
that or not.
I'd love to play the name that voice game. I mean, Claire's obvious. I think I heard Dr. Jerry at the very beginning, and maybe even once in the middle. And I think Wes.
I don't know.
Weston
One
Wright
of those
might be
might
in
have been
there.
Wes. One of them was definitely who's working with Wendy?
Logan.
Logan.
Yeah.
Logan's in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear him say, it sounds to me like you're watching Starsky and Hutch. It sounds like you're trying to tell me you're watching Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah. Rephrase it as a question, Logan. Yeah, thank you guys for that. And also, here we are, Starsky and Hutch. We've come to that moment where 2004 Starsky and Hutch is not only off the radar, but on the table. We're watching it. We did it. We saw it. And it's rare
First
for
time
us.
for some of us.
First time for me and you, and who else? Anybody else not seen this before?
I actually own the DVD, but I think it came in a box set of Ben Stiller stuff. I'm pretty sure it came with Mystery Men.
How'd you get Ben Stiller stuff?
Yeah, how'd you get that? It's just
What do you mean,
I mean, how do they sell like a Ben Stiller collection?
Yeah, it was like 3 Ben Stiller movies in one box. It was
Oh.
Mystery Men, Starsky
Cable
and Hutch, and I
Guy.
can't remember. Maybe it was Cable
Something
Guy.
About
yeah.
Mary?
Oh, Something About Mary, I think was the third one. That sounds right, because I do have those 3 on DVD.
Yeah.
So this one I only watched once, and I put it into one of those Case Logic thin plastic cases with just the disc and the front label, and
There
said,
you
toss
go.
the box.
I forgot. I'm having a Mandela problem. I didn't know Ben Stiller was in Cable Guy. That's surprising to me. Is he?
Well, it's his
funny,
movie.
Yeah,
it's
he's
his
Jim
like
Carrey
the
is
movie.
the guy that annoys Ben Stiller throughout
Right.
the film.
I thought it was Matthew
Ben
Broderick.
Stiller-
No, it's not Matthew Broderick.
No.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Hold on a second.
But all I remember is
No,
that Ben Stiller
it is
made the
Matthew. It's got to
movie.
be Matthew Broderick. Hold on.
because Matthew Broderick's in that movie as Steven. He's in there. But
It's
so
Matthew
is
Broderick.
Ben Stiller plays somebody named Sam Sweet. I don't know who that is, but
It's a neighbor, right? Must be the neighbor.
Okay.
Boy, I am having the Mandela effect, because I totally was visualizing Ben Stiller getting all irritated with Jim Carrey always coming over unannounced. And
yeah, for whatever reason, I actually, now that you guys say this, I can picture that. That's weird. Right?
It's like there's an alternate universe with Ben Stiller as the main character.
It turns out he
Cable Guy.
might have been perfect for the role. They just chose Broderick instead or something. I don't
And
know.
they go to
Again, it's not they.
medieval
It's-
times.
Yeah.
It's not they. It's Ben Stiller. It's his movie. He
Well, I'm saying they
directed
go to
Cable
medieval
Guy.
times.
Well, right. But he did direct the film. You're right. Directed by Ben Stiller. That's kind of a big deal. But that's maybe how we mixed it up. Anyway, Ben Stiller, you got him. You got your Owen Wilson, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Familiar with his work and his nose and all that business? Well, he's here. He's in this.
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of other people that surprised me a little bit. Whatever. It shouldn't surprise me. These are your typical cameo wad, you know? Like of the early 2000s, who are you going to have? Well, I think we're going to have
Christopher Penn.
Penn. Let's have Vince Vaughn. Let's get Amy Smart in there.
Yeah. Juliette Lewis felt like an unusual pull, though.
Yeah.
I love seeing her in here, but
that was weird.
I completely forgot she was in this because she's like on the outside of everything going on. She's really just reacting to everything, mostly Vince Vaughn. And so she doesn't really have a story other than she's just kind of reacting to
Right.
everything
She's a one-note joke, right? She's his mistress, and she is draped all over him to be dumb. She's a dummy.
Yeah.
But she eats up the scenery.
I
Every
think
time
she's great.
on screen.
Yeah.
I noticed.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Not only that, I just think it's different for her. So I didn't expect the performance that I got, and it was fun to see her in this. I won't say that about everybody's performance because I think some of this stuff is ridiculous. This is so close to comedy for us. But it's also a movie that doesn't know which one it wants to do, because at one point in the movie or at different points in the movie, it's like we're taking this 70s action cop thriller seriously. And then there are times in the movie where it's just cartoon birds while what's his name's playing his guitar. That was some bullshit. That cartoon
well,
bird
that's because he
ruined
was
me.
all hopped up on cocaine.
Oh, I get it, but that's stupid.
It's not. It's not because this is. I like the fact that the source material is TV, and they kind of send up a love letter to the TV show. They could just have flat out made fun of it, but they also kind of.
That's what I mean. You're right. They got a little of both, but for me,
Yeah.
I need you to pick a lane, and it just doesn't. That kind of thing doesn't work for me if you don't go full on one way or the other.
And it also feels like, what made you guys choose Starsky and Hutch as a movie were there people clamoring for the return of Starsky and Hutch?
Right. And like the movie doesn't even try to answer that. Like it's just it is an action comedy, and there's so many, like we sack action comedies. We've sacked Hancock and Bad Boys, and
same year as Duke Boys. What am I trying to say?
Oh, Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard. We sacked Dukes of Hazzard, and it reminded me of Dukes of Hazzard repeatedly. Because
It's basically the same movie with a different print on the car and corn.
Well, I mean that's what Starsky and Hutch was for me. It was the first TV series that I remember that was a car. I mean Starsky and Hutch, I watched it when I was a kid, but I didn't watch it. I was just there to watch the car do cool stuff, cool stunts.
Yeah,
that's all I was
Gran
really
Torino, baby. Funny thing is, though, I don't really remember, like as a kid, I remember Starsky and Hutch being on TV. It was before our time, really. But I remember seeing it and going, oh, yeah, another one of these cop shows. My dad loved it. It was like Beretta or whatever, all those things. But the car never did anything for me. Unlike the Duke car did.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I don't know why.
So
the Torino, like, who cares about
do anything?
No, the Torino's boring. That's a boring ass car.
It is.
It never goes through the open. Never goes through the open doors of a passing train. You know?
Yeah. It never goes. It never freezes in the air and goes, I wonder how these dick boys are going to get over there.
You guys.
That's actually not true.
There
At the
are
very end,
definitely-
it does freeze in the air. But anyway.
Right.
There's definitely a scale for how important a specific car model is to a thing. Like Burt Reynolds in a 79 Trans Am. Wow.
Yeah.
That it really means something. And this movie, they talk about it, they show it to you a lot, but they don't go all the way with the car. The car is not pushed on you as much as it could have been.
I disagree.
Well,
I love the car. The car. I mean, there's just so many scenes of that thing jumping, crashing. Just
most of it's in the post credits though. Most of that's in the post credits.
It's all
so much of that
in the film a lot too, because it's you can almost taste it because you feel like a lot of it's just a setup to do another car chase scene. I mean, a lot of times it's like
there
oh,
aren't
we're
car
getting ready.
chases in this movie. That I was going to say, like, there could have been 3 serious car chases in this movie, and they actually just get to wherever they're going by showing up. The movie's 2 hours and 15 minutes long, and it doesn't feel long. It was a good time.
Yeah,
but like
enjoyed it.
When these guys put on a costume and go somewhere, they're not chasing somebody. They're suddenly at a bat mitzvah in mime costume. They're, like the car is a little bit of an afterthought.
Yeah, no doubt. Go ahead, Brian.
I disagree.
Look, you got a boner for the Torino. I get it, man.
Well, not only that, I used to watch the show, and I went back and watched a couple of episodes this week as well, just to kind of like refresh my memory to make sure.
Where did you find these? Because I would love to go
they're
back.
on Amazon, I think, right?
It's on Paramount.
Fubo is where I found them.
I could have sworn. Oh, really? I could have sworn like after I watched the movie, it said, "Hey, you want to watch the original TV show on Amazon Prime?"
Maybe so.
not.
I didn't watch it there. I watched it on whatever streaming service came up whenever I typed it in on my TV. And I mean,
I'd like to.
I thought you got a lot of stuff right. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was just the right amount.
I mean, you
think
give me the
because
choice of
TV, just like the TV series. I mean, it's kind of like when you waited for the Incredible Hulk to Hulk out. I mean, he didn't do it 20 times during the episode. He did it once, and you couldn't wait. And when it happened, you were freaking jacked.
You know what? I'm kind of coming around on this. It's maybe just the right amount. You know, like you don't want to have the car.
I definitely think so. Like the 2 big car sequences in this movie are when we first introduce the characters to each other, and Ben Stiller is seen driving that thing like a wild man to park on the street. And then the other one is when he puts it in the ocean. And like in both of those cases, it's spectacular. I'm so glad they got bonus shots and extras and crashes and stuff. Like it's really, really good.
Those during the credits visuals of that thing, there's definitely a couple of those that got broken in half on landing.
Every one of them.
There's a reason why you pick a car that is in abundance. Because that's what they probably like, I don't know, probably at least 5 or 6 of those cars, painted them all up and said, when we land this thing and you see the front end crumple, that one's done.
Yeah.
That one's trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, again, well, okay, according to the trivia, 10 of them got wrecked. Let's see.
Okay.
I wrote this
10.
down.
Wow.
Here it is. Okay, here it is. 10 or so. It says or so. So I don't know what that
or so. Somebody doesn't know.
1975 to 1976, Ford Gran Torinos were totaled during production. One of those we got to see in the closing credits when he smashed that front panel. And apparently he really did that. He was doing his own stunt driving in a lot of this movie because he got like some training, and people still weren't sure he was going to be able to not kill people, but he got it done. Also, we haven't even said this yet. There's a big old elephant in this room. This is a Todd Phillips movie, and if you're like, wait, why do I know that name? He's your Joker and the new Joker guy.
Yep.
Controversial now and kind of weird. The guy says weird things in interviews. Whereas prior to this, it was like road trip and this and goofball comedy stuff. And Amy Smart's in like 4 of them, and it's like that was that guy before, but now he's like, no, I make these serious films about the Joker that really get into your soul, and that second one is brilliant. You just don't know it. That kind of guy now.
Oh, jeez.
And that's fine. Yeah. Whatever, Todd Phillips, you be you. Do who you're going to be. It's fine.
He's not known for making a lot of friends on set in the 2000s. He's known for being a little bit difficult to work for. You could imagine there were people working on this movie that didn't enjoy Todd Phillips.
Well, him and Stiller are buddies, but other than that, hard to say, right? Who gets along with who,
right?
And before you get too far away from it, we are going to watch that Joker 2 thing here for Film Sack at some point.
Oh,
right?
hell yeah, we got to. Because that's the only way I'm watching.
Because I've been
that shit.
saving it.
Yeah,
that's exactly. Yeah. I've been waiting to watch it. I'm like, no, I bet we're going to get to it on Film Sack.
Yeah, I really don't want to see that unless it's with us, because I don't know. There's just so much bad blood around that thing. I need to know what's going on, because he went from like killer reviews and auteur status with the first one.
Yeah.
Second one comes out.
Academy Award.
Second one comes out and everyone just goes, let's just all take a collective wet shit on this movie. And I must know why, but I must wait until we do it on Film Sack. That's the rule.
Yep.
Anyway, co-writer and director Todd Phillips was having a hard time finding a bluish 1976 Lincoln for Huggy Bear to drive, aka Snoop Dogg. By the way, perfect casting. You couldn't ask for better casting for that.
Oh,
role.
absolutely. I wanted a spinoff, really. Like, I didn't care about a sequel to Starsky and Hutch, but I kind of wanted a Snoop Huggy Bear spinoff.
Give me a spinoff. I'd watch that.
And he really stayed in character. I was expecting Snoop to not be able to always nail it, but man, he was Huggy Bear in this movie.
It might be that he is just Huggy Bear in real life. Like he's just, you know what I mean? He's as close as you get. But anyway, to the point of the car, they ended up not having to buy one because Snoop owned one. So he brought it on.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I'll just use mine.
Now, there was supposed to be a TV series spinoff of Huggy Bear.
Oh, really?
Originally, yeah.
Oh,
They
wow.
proposed it. They talked about it.
Really?
Yeah. It would have been great.
Cool. I almost got my wish.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened. Well, did the movie do okay? I don't actually know how it performed.
Yeah, it did all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't. It didn't knock it out of the park.
Guys, this is the very first time we've ever seen Snoop Dogg on Film Sack.
What?
And this is the first time we've ever seen Vince Vaughn on Film Sack.
Oh, okay.
That's got to be a lie.
That surprises me.
That seems
like I would no doubt about
crazy.
Snoop Dogg, but really,
Is that true? Hold on. Maybe. Yeah. I can't think of anything. We didn't do the remade Psycho, did we? We were gonna, I think.
the Gus Van Sant shot for shot. No, we did not.
I don't think we did. That one's got a nasty scene. That'll gross me out.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. There's a scene. Okay, so in the original one, there's a scene where Anthony Perkins is looking through the hole and he's staring at her.
Yeah, peeping at Vivian Lee.
Yeah,
or Janet Lee.
Yeah. In the new one, Vince Vaughn's full on jacking it back there.
Oh, right.
And it makes a bunch of noise that I don't like to talk about. And I don't mean just like the herky jerky part. I mean like the post, let's call it the post penal drip. You get a little of that.
Oh, my God. Now you're going too far.
I know. I really have. Feel like I have already. Horrible scene. Oh my gosh. I hate it.
I was kind of glad this movie was PG-13 because it was clearly edited to be PG-13. Like they cut right to the point where they were going to get an R rating.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it on that level. I really didn't need it to have a bunch of extra swearing and nudity.
I agree.
I think Ben Stiller operates the best in that space anyway.
Oh, yeah,
Because
I agree. Right up to the edge. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. 8 to 10 seconds, by the way, of that three-way kiss got cut because they said they were going to give it an R-rated.
Long.
They were going to go
There was
R-rated.
that much more of it. Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
Wow.
8 to 10 seconds.
Owen Wilson was into it. Well,
It doesn't sound like a lot until you start counting 8 to 10 seconds.
Well, Amy Smart was up getting ready to, drop trow, I guess, and that was enough for them to say cut. But yeah, it almost got there. And I don't know. The other thing that hit me too is I'm really glad there wasn't a sequel because Todd Phillips, this is where he struggles. Sequels. His first Hangover movie is considered an all-time hard R classic. The second two are rough.
Yeah.
Right? And he directs all three. So he did it again with Joker. His sequels are bad. I'm just saying, don't do sequels.
I like Hangover 3, and I especially like the end of Hangover 3. I will anytime I will go back and watch 1 and 3.
Okay.
I've seen Hangover 3. I've seen all three of them. I could not tell you like what the story of Hangover 3 is. I know I've watched it. I know I've seen the movie, but like you were saying, hey, Brian, tell me the base. I mean, obviously the plot is they don't remember what happened the night before. And they retrace their steps, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't even tell you. I'm pretty sure that one goes back to Vegas, kind of like Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 13. But
Ken Leong probably says something funny. Probably that happened.
I got nothing. That movie left no mark on me.
Yeah.
It's a J. Ken Jeong.
What'd I say, Leong?
Yeah.
No.
Ken Leong is Al Leong is our henchman with the big mustache.
Oh yeah, I mix them up all the time.
Doctor.
Those names. I don't know why I do that. It's weird.
Yeah.
That means I'm ageist.
I get it.
I'm ageist. That's what I am. Anyway, so there's that. Hey, another bit of trivia here. The let's see, where was it? Here it is. Originally, co-writer and director Todd Phillips once again wanted the knife throwing scene to feature ninja stars instead, but the idea was scrapped. Here's why.
Way funnier.
Oh, I agree, but here's why they did it. They didn't do it because it was funnier. They did it because they found out that ninja stars automatically get an 18 rating in the UK. They have a rule there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Just the use of them means no nope, sorry, you're wow.
Pretty wild, right?
That is wild.
It must be like what was it? Unreal Tournament had to have green blood in Germany, was it? Something like that. Some European country was like, "Oh, there's blood in there. It's just banned from the shelves. Forget it." I think that's changed now, but
well, they've got they got my number in movies where they do this kind of stuff. I'm such a sucker for, trying to stay calm while you can't over respawn, right? You can't kill the kid. But you also, how do you get away?
You can't even hurt the kid. Like you can't throw something and hit, hit the kid in the head with a pot or something that you grab from the
I like
shelf.
how they kept calling him. Where'd they get?
It's a little man.
Little man.
Yeah, he's a little man. That was funny. He's like, no, it's a kid. No way. That's totally a man.
That knife sticking out of his back. That kind of stuff.
That was one of those. That was one of those lines that I wondered if it was Thomas Lennon's doing, because he has said repeatedly that he was hired to punch up the script for this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And that was one of those moments where I'm like, I wonder if Tom Lennon made a scene like that a lot.
Hold
funnier.
on, Tom Lennon, Shorty Shorts, Reno 911
from Reno 911.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I love him. He's great.
Yeah.
I don't care if he just walked in the room and walked out. He makes everything better. That guy.
I was a little mad at myself that I've never seen this movie before. I enjoyed it enough that I want to kind of return.
Either of you
to
guys
it
want the
every now and
DVD?
then.
No.
Yeah.
No, turns out I don't.
Bonus features, full wide, not even widescreen. It's full screen edition.
Oh, yeah.
So enjoy those black bars on the left and right side of your TV for a change.
Excellent, man. That's a draw. That's a throwback. Yeah, I'm with you, Randy. I didn't see it. I don't know why I didn't. Seems like it'd be a thing I'd go to see on the weekend. Probably because I had a 4-year-old then. But yeah.
In that case, Scott, I want to ask you a question, and you sometimes you go with me, sometimes you don't. It's fine. Do you agree with me that Ben Stiller might have hammed it up a little too much?
Yes, I do agree with that. My biggest complaint about the movie was Ben Stiller's over the topness, and it's not that guy can't do that right or isn't good at what he's doing. I love Ben Stiller even more now after Severance. I think he's brilliant, but this was too much, and I think Owen Wilson, if anything, was understated or perfectly stated. His Ken Hutchinson, I think, was dead on for me. That worked great, but Ben Stiller's constant it was too much of a parody. This is the part I was talking about earlier, Dunaway, where I was saying I wish they'd pick a lane. The parody part was way too heavy when Ben Stiller would do stuff. And I kind of wish they'd have pulled back from that just a little bit.
Yeah. And it's even to the point where it's just the two characters, right? Like they couldn't pick a lane with the character. Are we doing a parody? Are we doing homage to the original? And it's Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
Like Starsky's the parody, Hutch is the homage to the original. You gotta pick one or the other.
Yeah.
And I realize that, this is hindsight, but the way these movies should work is your principals should be kind of serious and all of your cameos should be ridiculous. And they kind of are. The cameos are almost all insane in this movie.
I love the.
You're saying like the Naked Gun kind of style, right? Where Frank Drebin, he thinks he's a serious character, and it's everything around him that's nuts. Right?
Yeah, kind of like that. I think Will Ferrell did a good job being the sort of kingpin in jail thing.
Ridiculous.
They let him play through the entire scenes. Every time I was like, okay, they should have ended this. Nope, they're gonna
keep going. Yeah. And this is prime Will Ferrell time. Him and Phillips previously worked on that. What was the one? Old School. Yeah. Which I kind of like. I think Old School's funny.
I still like it, and I'll say that I was disappointed because I had forgotten this was the origin story that they did, and when I first started watching, like, oh, that's right, this is like their first meetup. I didn't care for that. I'm like, I would rather have had a story like told like where they had been together for a while, because that's like the TV series doesn't start at like the origin story. They just
let's get in and go.
There's the end. We're here.
It was funny that as we start the movie, Hutch is actually just a criminal.
Right.
But it wasn't that funny, because he instantly falls in line. And I don't know.
He was undercover though, right? Like he wasn't really.
No, but he's undercover, but he was definitely on the take, right? He's the streetwise.
Yeah.
I didn't get the idea. I thought it was all undercover. He was kind of an idiot, but not on the take. I didn't know he was like.
Yeah, he was on the take. He was questionable.
They were
which is
talking
supposed
about
to play
missing money or something. Like, how come you never turned in a report or turned in any of the money?
It was so hard having just watched Double Trouble a couple of weeks ago to not go, I wish I hadn't have seen Double Trouble first.
Did you feel like you got a little PTSD when you saw Ben Stiller typing with two fingers? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
I kept falling back. I'm like, geez, we just saw this.
Yeah.
This, one cop's bed, another one's straight laced.
I'm really glad we did them back to back though, because Double Trouble, there's never a good joke in the entire movie, and this one there's so many, and I was just like, oh right, this is how you do comic relief. Comic relief works when you do it right, and Double Trouble never did.
No, Double Trouble tried. They tried real hard, but I don't think they ever hit it. I mean, it was unintentionally funny in a few times, but I really like that this. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, were you disturbed by Matt Walsh, excuse me, his performance with them being topless, and he's over there with his brush, his scrub brush. He's like,
I just gotta ask, like,
rubbing himself.
Is that a police station where everybody takes a shower at the same time?
Always
Even
together.
the chief,
Always together. Yeah,
there.
even Fred Williamson, the great Fred Williamson's in there taking a shower.
Like, all right, you're out on the street, you're chasing perps, you're doing whatever, you're getting hot and sweaty, come back. All right, done with my shift, take off my police uniform, take a shower, put on my civilian clothes. But the captain sits behind the desk all day long. And does he feel like he needs to take a shower as well?
In fictional Bay City, it's hot.
Yeah, I guess so. That was very weird.
All right,
very weird.
And that's about being visually funny, right? And that's what I feel like this movie nails. Todd Phillips and Barry Peterson is the cinematographer. Every shot, almost, there's something funny in the background, and it's not like ludicrous. It's not a clown juggling, but there's just something ludicrous. You know?
Until it's mimes doing mime bullshit. But other than that,
I thought this. Oh my god, there's some scenes I posted one on the Discord server. There's some shots that are just like these little beautiful in between shots, like them riding, doing the Easy Rider thing.
Yeah, that looked great. That looked great. I mean, it was a clear parody, obviously, of Easy Rider, but it was beautiful. It was really nice.
They jump all over Southern California. There's a bunch of shots on the beach in Huntington Beach in Orange County, and every time I'm just like, wow, they just really, there's a lot of thought that has gone into what we're seeing visually in this movie.
Yeah, which is cool for a film that is, you can't take that seriously. I always like that when they punch above their weight in the look or the sound of a movie. This one's pretty good at that. The only problem I had with Matt Walsh, by the way, as one of the showering cops, he didn't really have a role in this. He just kind of showed up in the background. I know this is way before Veep and all that, so he really hasn't had a chance to shine. But I love that guy. He makes me laugh just looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Bateman didn't even get to flex in this. And I was
that could have been anybody, really. Could have been any actor.
Yeah. It was, and again, 04, we're in the middle of Arrested Development. There's no reason he couldn't have had some bigger part in this, I think.
But I guess nobody knew that Terry Crews was going to be a great thing, because
no kidding.
Really used
in the background. They just shoved him away.
Oh, yeah, that was weird. I forgot he was there until you just reminded me. Chris Penn's dad used to direct the 70s show. I don't know if you guys knew that.
That's really?
Cool. Yeah.
That's great.
Or one of the directors, but the Penn dad, Chris and Sean Penn's dad, used to be a TV action director guy. So he did actual episodes of this. So that was probably cool to, be in this movie about a show your dad helped direct when he was alive.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of rad.
On the visual aspect too, the costuming in this was just awesome. I mean, Huggy Bear's what was that, like multicolor rabbit fur jacket at the end after he kept a little bit for himself. That was just
they nailed it. Like, this is the other thing, is you can go over the top with the 70s thing. You can really get weird, and certainly Ben Stiller's do it guy.
Leather jacket.
The do it guy was ridiculous. That's way over the top. But for the most part, it sort of nailed it. I've been watching Rockford Files, and it's kind of the era.
You can tell, though, that do it thing was intended to be like, oh my God, people are going to be saying this all over after they see this movie. That's going to be the line from this movie that everybody repeats.
Did you?
I did for a little bit. Now, I didn't do it like just with my friend who saw the movie with me. I didn't go out in the streets, or wherever and go, hey, do it. I didn't do it with me and my friend.
But to Ibbott's point, I really feel like they were trying to create the viral phrase, and that never works. It doesn't take off the way you maybe think.
it works if the movie takes off, right? Like this was considered a box office break even. It's a film that eked out no profit, and so it wasn't a bomb. But if it had made $1 billion, you would have heard that phrase a lot.
Yeah, it's about.
Ben Stiller would be sick if you come up to him going, "Do it."
Yeah, he'd have left Hollywood years ago. We wouldn't have Severance. He'd be so pissed. We haven't mentioned. Well, we mentioned Fred Williamson briefly, but there are a couple other names in here I wanted to make sure we got out. One of them was. Where did it go? Patton Oswalt shows up in this briefly.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And this is pre-Cars or pre Ratatouille. Ratatouille. So this is like his comedy days. He's not really well known at this point, other than comedy. And I thought he was great.
I narrated the dance off. I thought that was.
No, he was great.
I thought that was pretty.
Yeah, he killed it.
Our very first time sacking Patton Oswalt. Very first time.
That makes sense.
Disco Vietnam. It's a disco big rig.
I recommend you guys watch the documentary comedy film called The Comedians of Comedy. It is so good.
Okay.
It's way back before he was big. It's him, Brian Posehn. One of my favorite things about it is every town they go to, him and Posehn take off and leave Galifianakis and what's her name? I can't think of her name. She's great too. But anyway, he runs off with Posehn to a comic book store, or whatever city they're in, and they just buy comics all afternoon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're huge nerds.
That's awesome.
I love
Is
that.
the other person you were going to call our attention to?
Who?
Sorry. Maria Bamford.
Oh, that's who I meant. Yes. Sorry. From the film. The other comedian. Yeah. The other comedian of comedy. Sorry. Go ahead.
Is the other actor you wanted to draw our attention to Richard Edson, who's one of Vince Vaughn's henchmen, one of his guys, but is also the guy from Ferris Bueller that Ferris asks, "Do you speak English?" And this guy says, "What country do you think this is?"
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
The guy the valet who steals the car briefly.
Oh, that's that guy.
That's that guy. Yeah.
He was immediately familiar, and then I forgot to think about it again. But yeah, that's that guy.
That guy's got the most recognizable, like the most unusual look. Yeah, the same guy.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
What country do you think this is?
I want to make sure that we mention Chris Penn because he has a meaningful role in this movie. He is just the fat cop in a towel. But we've actually seen him in a Film Sack movie before. Anybody got Chris Penn?
Hold on.
Wasn't Reservoir Dogs, was it?
No, we
didn't do Reservoir Dogs.
We didn't do it.
Oh, geez. Give us an era. Give me an era. Not Film Sack era, but film era.
I'll just say a Utah connection.
Oh, Troll was made. Troll 2 is here. Shit. I don't know. Anyone else know? I don't know what he was in. All right.
Chris Penn was in Footloose.
Oh shit!
Oh sure.
He's the buddy, the friend who's
teach me how to dance. Yeah.
Did we watch Footloose?
Damn it. Did we?
I think
I'm pretty sure we watched Footloose because I've only seen it twice, and one of them was with you guys.
Okay. I'm with Dunaway. I'm kind of like, wait a minute. But you're right. We did. I see it here now. But yeah, he was the doofus friend. It was what's that song that while he's learning how to dance?
Let's hear it for the boy.
That's it.
Let's hear it for the boy.
I always forget that was Chris Penn. He was a little less rotund in Footloose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
a large man in this. I think that killed him. Actually, he died of a heart attack. Anyway, those brothers couldn't be more different, though, right? Like,
oh my gosh, yeah. All three, like Michael Penn as well. You got to consider the guy who came out with the song "No Myth," married to Amy Mann.
Oh, I forgot they were related Penns.
Yeah. What if I was Romeo in black jeans? That song.
Those guys are matching pens. I didn't know that.
it's a pen set, but they're all different pens.
Yeah, different pens.
Ballpoint and felt tip and just a big fat magic marker.
Yeah, they are. That's perfect. That's his role in the Penn family.
I wasn't pointing at anybody in the Brotherhood to see who was which.
Dead perfect. I love that comparison. Because think about it. He's a happy guy ready to do whatever role you give him. Chris Penn is fine. Sean Penn's like, I'm going to solve world hunger. And his brother's
true.
like...
Michael Penn would be like a quill, is what the kind of pen that...
he'd be a little fancy boy pen.
Yeah.
And Sean Penn is just too... His pen, I don't know what his pen is.
He's a stinky Sharpie.
I guess so. He's a Sharpie that thinks he's going to solve the world's problems, but he's also going to write all over Madonna's face or something.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Give her a mustache.
Right. Sure.
I don't know why I like this so much, but I love the.
They have another brother named Epi.
EpiPen. He only comes out in emergencies. All right, yeah, I'm going to just say it again, just so it's on the record. That cartoon bird sucked. I know he's high. There is not even a basis for cocaine use and hallucinating birds or cartoons or anything.
Right.
Yes, you will get all hyperactive. No, you do not see your friend with the bird, nor does that friend look at the bird as if the bird is actually there.
But that was a reference to how those things were portrayed in the 70s. If we
but
if we
not
go
on
back
Starsky
to,
and Hutch, though, man. Like
not on Starsky and Hutch, no.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like that was very typical of the drug paranoia and fear being portrayed in movies like 50 years ago.
That's a good point. Like your reefer madness kind of thing with that. I get it, but I don't know. They just lost me there. I was just like, come on, guys. You don't have to go there. You know, go have him be crazy, have him go to the club and really F things up. That was all fine.
Have him brush his teeth with his fingers again.
Oh,
they're itchy.
Oh, yeah, that's the right. The you rub your teeth. You
that's what yucked me out.
Yuck.
I didn't like it.
Oh,
Didn't
really?
like him touching his teeth?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Don't like it. Don't touch your teeth. I mean, do if you have
Sure.
to, but don't tell me about it. I don't want to see. I don't want to know about it.
Gross.
Also, I may as well just do it. Our kitty in the sink this week, and we are using that from now on. This week's kitty in the sink for me is
I like that.
it's
That's
Will
weird.
Ferrell's character. Now I know they had a touch of him at the end during the credit outroll thing, which feels almost like bloopers. Not really though. They weren't really bloopers, but they kind of felt like them. I just didn't feel like we got any closure on what about the Kingpin in jail thing. So he's my because nothing else was super egregious. So this is close as you get. Yeah.
I mean, we even got to beat the originals. What do you guys think about cameos from the original actors?
I think those guys are cool.
Movies?
That's what I think.
All Michael Glazer and David Soul.
Yeah.
Boy, did they basically they wanted to make sure that if you had any doubts that those were the original Starsky and Hutch guys, like making them dressed the same and having the same car, like everything. It's like, okay, we get it. It's the original guys. You know, sometimes you can do this a little bit more subtly and the fans appreciate it.
Do you think it was they were worried?
Not here.
Do you think they were worried they had this young audience and the audience is like, what the hell, Starsky and Hutch? These guys are real? Like that probably is what happened there, right?
Totally. Yes.
When I think of David Soul, I think of Starsky and Hutch, but I also think of Salem's Lot, the TV miniseries.
Oh, yeah.
He's
the one we watched last year.
Yeah, he's great in that. Oh, that's where we watched it. Was here?
Yeah.
I forgot where I saw it.
This is our second time sacking David Soul.
Yeah.
I think that's what that means.
But by the way, having Owen Wilson do that song, by the way, what's funny about that is that was a song outside of Starsky and Hutch that David Soul recorded and had a hit with.
Oh, no way.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that
great.
Was he had a very, very short-lived career as a pop singer, and that was his song.
Dang, man. Glazer's still with us. David Soul died 2 years ago. I'm sorry, last year. Just died of being old. He was 80. But seeing them, I don't know, it did something to me.
Yeah.
I kind of had a moment of like, oh yeah, look at
that
these.
kind of makes me sad because that means he's not going to see the new Running Man, right? And he directed that. Paul Michael Glazer.
He did?
Oh,
yeah.
What?
The original Running Man.
On.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're looking that up right now because I must know more. Oh, he's big time in directing.
Yeah.
Look
He
at
didn't
him.
do a lot of stuff, but he did some stuff.
Lots of-
Kazam, which people always confuse.
Lots of
Yeah, remember that one?
TVs. Did 5 episodes
Oh,
of
yeah.
Vegas. Did an episode of Criminal Minds. It's been a while now. It's kind of stopped, but damn.
Kazam directed and wrote and produced Kazam.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! Wait, is that the one we all think that?
That's when
Sinbad's
everybody
in?
We all
thinks
think
it's a
it's
genie. Yeah.
right. We all
They
think
think-
it's Sinbad, but it's really Shaquille O'Neal.
Yep. Shaquille O'Neal.
In the
Yep,
in the 80s, like 10 years after Starsky and Hutch, he was directing episodes of Miami Vice. He, like you said, Running Man in '87. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I got more. I got more to say about that guy. I like him. But anyway, that scene comes up, and Brian is right. They're just ridiculously over projecting that these are the original Starsky and Hutch.
They might as well be wearing stickers on their lapels that say, "Hi, hello, my name is Original Starsky and Original Hutch."
But you know what it did for me? It made me wish that was the movie that they were coming back, kind of like Rockford Files used to do. They came back and did him when he was older, and they would kind of have these 2-hour movies of Rockford Files. I would love those two in like a serious take of Starsky and Hutch. They're old, retired, or they run the department, or I don't know what. Like, that made me want that. And that's a weird thing to want, because you don't really want that, but I kind of want it.
You don't really want that.
No. I don't know why. I just kind of walked away going, oh, you know what? Those guys are cool. Bring them back. And also Paul Michael Glaser isn't acting like an idiot the way his
counterpart
is.
Because he was they kind of I read some people say that they didn't like that they kind of switched the roles between the two characters, and I'm like, I remember watching Starsky and Hutch, and neither one of them played heavy into either one of those types of roles. They had a little bit of both in them. So the fact this was like supposed to be a prequel, I don't guess that really bothered me. The fact that it was a prequel probably bothered me more than anything.
You think they were hoping for more a follow-up? And Randy said they didn't make enough money to really do anything but break even.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted sequels. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have watched them now that I've seen this. It's fine.
It's fun. It's fun. Sure. I mean, we got, how many Charlie's Angels did we get? Those were fun.
Were they?
Why not?
Plus a reboot, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they were fun.
I thought they were fun.
I mean, Crispin Glover, speaking of your over the top, that makes one of them watchable.
Yeah. Yeah, he was fun. I don't know. Fun is a weird word. I'd have to get my head around fun in this context.
Yeah.
But as far as our rule about comedies generally not being a thing we sack, this for some reason fit the bill. It got a little, the mime stuff and just most of Stiller's work in this got a little too close to the line for me, but for the most part I feel like we picked a movie that fits. This is a good sackable film, and it was all right.
Action comedies have to have action, and even when they're nonstop ridiculousness, like say Tropic Thunder, you have the characters doing like serious exciting things, and this movie is chock full of fights and chases and a car jumping into the ocean and so on.
Do we talk on here about how they're making maybe the Tom Cruise character spinoff from that?
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about it.
No, I don't think we've talked about it here. I remember seeing a Discord, but
I'm both horrified by the idea and really stoked about what that would be. Because apparently they're serious about it. Him and his producing partner want to make this movie that's about that bald, dancing, weird character
director,
he made.
Or producer,
which I loved it in that movie. I'm just like, you're gonna really break that out. But then, wasn't it? I guess it wasn't here, but it reminded me of how good. No, it was totally here because Randy agreed with me. We were talking about how Shoresy is so good, even though Shoresy was a tiny character in something else. Why does that feel like we've had that conversation?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It feels familiar.
Well, maybe because just last week we talked about comedies.
So we probably did.
Yeah,
that probably was us. Do it.
We probably do it. But I just want to mention one more thing about the costumes and the visual comedy of this movie. There's a lot of things that really shouldn't work that do somehow, and the one that really got me is when Ben Stiller frog marches Vince Vaughn out to his own garage in the middle of his daughter's bat mitzvah, and Vince Vaughn is suddenly seen. You like really see all of him for the first time. He's a huge man, and he's wearing a pastel pink suit. Right. It's pastel pink from head to toe with the matching pastel pink yarmulke on his head. Yep. And I just laughed out loud when you really see it, because he's so disgusted that he's being mistreated, and then of course Ben Stiller shoots the horse.
How do we
it feels like exactly the same scene that we got with Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd in Dragnet, where they drag their police captain to where the the event was happening, and they get there and nothing's there, and Dabney Coleman's like, "Oh, this is just you've really insulted me and brought shame upon the whole police department," and da da da.
It was that scene. You're right.
Another TV adaptation where one of them's over the top and the other one is subdued.
Yeah. Although in that case, Dan Aykroyd did exactly what he should do.
Yeah,
in that.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. But you're right. That is the same scene. There's just in this one, there's a horse where the money should be.
Right. Where the giant swimming pool with the octopus or whatever it was.
Yeah. Also, I don't know why that horse died. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Oh, because he shot through the door, and the horse has 3 bullet holes on the side of it that you see.
Holy shit! I missed that entirely. I thought he just shot the door
like a heart attack. The horse had a heart attack.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is where the PG-13 comes in. That the depiction of the horse getting shot is borderline, and so like you might not even realize that the horse got shot.
Yeah. That wouldn't be. Maybe that's why it felt a little subtle to me. Maybe I was just being dumb, but I swear, I thought he just died really like a heart attack or something.
No, they definitely played it subtle.
The other thing I was going to say about about Vince Vaughn. Do we have a? What's everyone's like? Do you have a favorite Vince Vaughn? Like version of Vince Vaughn?
Yeah, Bad Monkey recently.
What was it?
Bad Monkey. It's a TV series on Apple TV Plus, based on the Elmore Leonard. Is that right?
I think so. Is it Leonard? Might have been. Yeah, I think that's
the
right.
guy who did Get Shorty and all that
Justified
stuff.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really like the thing that kind of redeemed Vince Vaughn is more than just kind of a one trick. Oh, I can always play the same kind of character kind of thing.
Right.
Really, really kind of more of a different role for him, but still Vince Vaughn-y.
Yeah.
My favorite Vaughns, unfortunately, Vince Vaughn movies are Christmas movies. I love Four Christmases.
Yeah.
Something about him trying to fit into normal family life and just, being the butt monkey. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that. When it comes to his comedic stuff, I think I agree with you there. I really liked him in True Detective season 2, even though that's a controversial season, where he plays kind of a mob guy. And I think he's good at that when he's playing evil. But I saw him, I talked about it on TMS, recommended it, but that show about the Italian Nona's cooking, it was based on a real story.
Yeah,
that was such a sweet little movie, and he's really understated and great in it, and it's reminded me that he could do a lot more than just occasionally be a real sarcastic bastard or show up at a Trump event or whatever, but he really actually is, he's got a little heart to him. He can do something like that. That movie's great. I forgot the name of it. It's called Nona's, I think, or just Nona.
Nona's. Yeah.
Nona's.
I cannot let there be a discussion about Vince Vaughn without bringing up Wedding Crashers. It is the perfect performance by him. He goes from being a smart and suave individual, a cad, to being such a butt monkey. For most of that movie, Vince Vaughn takes a beating. He just gets destroyed.
Yeah.
And every time he is the perfect actor for the comedy of being savaged. It's awesome.
I will also say, as himself in Curb Your Enthusiasm, he's fantastic in there. Really funny. Some of those best episodes of recent seasons are him being a cheeseball. He's great.
And you can go all the way back to him and Favreau and Swingers as a really good kind of breakthrough role for both of them.
Yeah, I feel like that's his really his big start, isn't it?
That's
when they kicked it off.
Four Christmases too. Got some
Four
Favreau
Christmases.
and,
That's right. Yeah.
There's one where he's in prison for something. What did I see?
Oh yeah, what was that?
It was really good. It was like
he does a little prison cameo thing.
Damn it, I forgot the name of it.
Damn it.
Anyway, he's fine. He's a fine actor.
Should know.
Yeah, why can't I think of this name? It's not even that old. Let's see. It's
Brawl in Cell Block 99.
That is it. That's it.
I've never even heard of this.
I watched this on a fluke one night and really enjoyed it. I may have, maybe I didn't recommend it. I don't remember.
No, I don't think you did, because I'm not remembering anything about it.
It was great.
Maybe you did. I mean, it's possible, but
it was real good. I mean, it was just good acting. Dark. It's pretty dark though. It's not like this other stuff. But anyway.
Do we all agree that Vince Vaughn's like most basic standard character is his character in Old School?
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Yeah,
I feel like you could say there's like 10 of his movies where it's the base Vince Vaughn character.
but like Old School is just feels like Vince Vaughn.
That's the prime.
Like he's not stretching any at all.
It's literally what you think of when you just say Vince Vaughn in your head. That's the movie. That's that. Yeah, I agree. It's quintessential Vince Vaughn, that movie, which is another Todd Phillips joint. So that's him working with these guys again. Yeah, he's interesting. I'll say that. The older he gets, the more he looks like a piece of wood. But that's just a thing I noticed.
Back in the day, Scott, Vince Vaughn used to play a lot of StarCraft.
Oh, no way, really?
Oh, really? That's great.
Fiend.
That's cool. He was in an episode of 21 Jump Street, and I don't mean the movies, I mean the TV show back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
One episode. Yeah. It's back when he was getting his feet wet. Well, there you have it. Let's get to some clips if you guys are amenable to such ideas.
Yes.
Excellent. I think I have some. Then we can share these, enjoy them together. And we'll start with this one. This is Crossing the Line, Nuts Are Mine. Here you go.
When you cross the line, your nuts are mine.
I just like that.
There's a couple of rhymes here.
Yeah, that's all right. Here's Stiller getting mad.
I am not my mother.
Okay, all right. Easy, buddy.
And Mira?
Yeah, he's having some trouble. Here's Snoop Dogg walking in, doing things.
Leon, get my boy Jack and Tab and double that.
A Jack and Tab.
Jack and Tab. Gotta love
that was never a thing.
Gotta love a Tab reference. I mean, it's a cola. You know, you could do. It's a diet cola.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Marty McFly orders one in the 50s and is told, if you want a Tab, you got to buy some first.
Yeah, such an odd drink. It's so tied to an era, and it got used in so many jokes. But nobody buys Tab now. I mean, Tab exists, but
no, it doesn't exist.
I thought it did.
It used to be a staple in my grandmother's refrigerator. I would sneak a Tab out.
My mom used to get Tab. Yeah, I remember those bright pink cans.
No, it's still around.
They brought it back.
Can you really buy Tab right now, or is it just like a?
Sorry, I'm wrong. It's 2020, but it was recent.
Yeah, I was gonna say they did a little retro comeback for Tab.
Yeah.
Remember how crappy this tastes? Don't you want another taste of it? Yeah. Now you remember. Get out of here.
I remember the commercials are always very hot 80s ladies.
Oh,
yeah.
I felt a little bit dirty. Speaking of sodas, I felt a little dirty when they made the old Coke, new Coke joke.
Oh yeah, that bugged me. Oh
yeah,
that was almost as bad as the freaking
sweeter.
bird. Yeah, it was like the bird.
Yeah,
the stupid bird
does not hold up. There is. Like that one fell out of an audience being able to understand and to get that joke very quickly.
Yep. Yeah. And yet I still hear it come up. It's so weird. Even these days, you'll hear some new version of it. You're like, really? We're making new Coke jokes? Holy shit. All right, here's Justin Bateman.
Canis familiaris, the German Shepherd. Its nose has over 220 million scent receptors. It can detect smells that even the most advanced technology in the world cannot.
All right. He's there.
He's not.
He didn't really get a...
Apparently not the police labs either.
Yeah. He didn't get a real good role in this. That's just kind of boring.
No.
But it's fine. We like Jason Bateman. He's cool.
Yeah.
Also, Canis familiaris is the everything. All domesticated dogs.
Yeah. Familiaris, right.
Yeah. Who were they kidding there?
It should be Canis Germanus.
Oh, I'm going to open a Canis of Germanus on you.
That was one of my favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers albums, by the way. Canis Germanus.
Oh, it was so good. Until they put socks on the wiener. It was great. All right. Here is down at the bar. Something going on.
Biker bar, huh? What goes on down there? I don't know. Listen to Jim Croce, play darts, whatever the hell else you white people do.
I thought he first said Jim Crow shit, but he said Jim Croce. Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Croce.
No, he did say Jim Crow, didn't he?
No.
What?
No, he's saying Jim Croce, like the singer, the Cats in the Cradle.
No, he did say some Jim Crow shit.
Yeah.
It's not what he
No, that's
said.
what I thought too. No. And then here, I'll play it just for fun.
Biker bar, huh? What goes on down there? I don't know. Listen to Jim Croce. What goes on down there?
Oh, okay.
Croce?
Yeah. Boy, I did not hear. I just saw. I heard the other.
I did too.
Wild.
I did too until this very minute, and then I went, "Oh, yeah.
That's funny."
Oops. I mean, it would have made sense.
I could spend time in a bottle.
Yeah,
and Bad Leroy Brown, and
and that's a very white guy thing to listen to in '75, probably.
It apparently is. Yes.
All right, here's the fake mustache business.
That's a fake mustache.
That's right, Jeff.
I love that. That was so fun that they went through all this trouble. And it kind of set the stage for how much failure would be with this undercover stuff. Costuming was going to be, and I love the fact that he wasn't fooled by it.
Yeah,
because they would have been totally fooled in the TV series.
And then they upended it by it not even being the guy they were looking for. It was just some pud named Jeff who worked behind the bar.
I'm gonna stave off a email. It's one email from one guy who's Google. Well, actually, Cats in the Cradle is by Harry Chapin, not by Jim Croce.
Well, I didn't want to say anything.
I know you didn't. I know, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you holding back, Brian. By the way,
yeah, he didn't want to be that guy with the email.
Yeah,
let somebody else do it.
That's right.
All right, here's a oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's from Owen Wilson.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sounds like it's getting a handy.
Do we even get? We don't get an Owen Wilson wow in this thing, do we?
No. I looked for one. I was ready to record it.
You said wow.
Yeah. I did. That was a completely unintentional wow. It was like, wow, we didn't get one.
All I wanted was a wow. All I got was this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's even better, though, really.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Will Ferrell enters the chat.
How'd you guys get in here? Visiting hours are over.
Yeah, so is Will Ferrell doing his thing, doing what Will Ferrell does. This would have been right out of SNL. I think he just had left. Or, let's see, 04? May still been there. Not actually sure. I know, because he was doing George Bush and stuff all through that era, and I think he may have still been there. Anyway, let me see your belly button.
Let me see your belly button.
No. What is this? Oh, I love how this is Williamson saying this.
This wouldn't pass for cocaine with my grandmammy.
Grandmammy.
My grandmammy.
Grandmammy.
Wow.
Here's this guy again.
I have heart attack already.
Sounds like Jackie Chan a little bit. Play the flute. And then this note from our friend Snoop's poop dog.
I believe that was God, the greatest Mac of all.
The greatest Mac of all. So Mac Daddy and Mac and all that was a thing back then, right?
Yeah.
So was the Big Mac originally like a slangy? You know what I mean?
No, just short for McDonald's. Just big, big McDonald's burger.
Okay.
Yep.
It kind of made me wonder.
I don't know if I believe that Mac Daddy was around 1975. The phrase calling somebody a Mac, maybe.
I think it was more.
I think it goes back even further.
Like 50s?
Yeah, I think it goes back further. Like maybe.
You think so? Really? Oh wow!
Yeah.
I felt like it was
too newer,
but I wasn't. Yeah, like an anachronism, like the front disc brakes on the motorcycle.
Oh, right. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, like when somebody's got a TV remote that did not exist in 75, but yet they're
right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Right. Yeah. Mac felt like it was out of, but somebody in that culture who spoke the lingo back in the 70s, please correct me.
Yeah.
And tell me Mac was around back then.
What is it? Casual generic term of address for a man, 1928 from Irish.
28.
So that's when people say, "Listen here, Mac," like that.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Okay. The 20s. I've seen some old.
Well, I know about the hey Mac, come on Mac, where to Mac,
right.
The taxi
but you don't think
trope.
you don't think that's
like MACK as opposed to MAC,
right?
Oh,
can you look up in your fancy website when the MACK version started?
Your fancy website.
You mean Google?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Your fancy Google machine? What does it tell you? That's great. All right, final one.
Do it.
All right, never play that again.
Yeah.
I had to at least once. And that's all we're doing. I promise. All right, that's it for that. Let's do this. Oh shit, wrong place. Scott, what are you doing? There we go. It is the Film Sack checklist. Early 2000s meant Will Ferrell would steal the show. Check. He's great. Wondering if they ever had to pay Nike to say "do it" so much. Possibly. I don't know.
Interesting.
You never know with those things. And then finally, that Gran Torino looked nothing like Clint Eastwood. Check. What's it? I've never seen Gran Torino, so I assume that car's in it.
There is a Gran Torino in the film Gran Torino. Yes,
not
I assume
as
so.
much as I would.
As much as you wanted, yeah. You want more,
right?
That doesn't surprise me.
Mac Daddy first used in 1964. By the way, the phrase
Mac
to denote
Daddy.
a pimp.
Whoa, what was your fancy website say?
Google. It was Google.
Who said it?
Fancy website says
I did. That was me, Dunaway. Do you not recognize my voice?
Who said Mac Daddy? What's the attribute?
Oh, who's attributed to first saying it?
Let's see.
TV
I said the term Mac Daddy first appeared in the 1960s, primarily known as slang for a pimp, and also evolved to mean a man who is successful with women or has power over them. The term's origin is likely from the word Mac, which itself is a shortened form of mackerel, used in the past to refer to a pimp or procurer.
Really? They used to call them mackerels? Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
Oh
and there
my
was a
God.
film in 1973 called The Mac, starring Richard Pryor and
I think
a bunch of other people, and called The Mac, and it was about a pimp.
So is Mac the Knife a pimp with a knife?
That's a good question. I don't think in Three Penny Opera, I don't think the killer is a pimp.
Okay. Okay. Good
Because it's
point.
really an allegory for Jack the Ripper, but
Yeah. I always forget
I
that.
don't know the use of Mac the Knife in that one.
Yeah, I always just think of that song before I think of anything else. Obviously,
Sure.
tied to that.
And that's spelled. That's also spelled with the K as well. It might just be the guy's name or something.
Yeah, like short for Mackie, Macaroon.
Mackie's back in town. Mackie Messer actually is the character. So
Oh.
there you go.
All right. Learned
Mackie
something.
Messer is the killer in Three Penny Opera.
Nice. I do like Dunaway's like, who's that attributed to? Well, I said it right here on the air just now. It made me laugh.
That was comedy.
Dunaway.
That's comedy.
That was great. All right, we need to do some Star Trek connections, and boy, howdy, there got to be some on here. Come on.
Yeah, I actually have to go fast because we have a lot to get to.
All right, go.
David Burton was rooftop bad guy in this movie. He was also in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, and Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier.
Wow.
Fred Williamson was Captain Dobie in this movie. He was in Star Trek, the 2009 Star Trek.
What did he play in that? Just curious.
A character named Anka.
Okay. All right.
Not a big role.
No.
David Soul, who of course is our original Hutch, was in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Again, that 2009 Star Trek. Rachel Harris was Mrs. Feldman's other friend in this movie.
All right.
And was in an episode of Star Trek Voyager. Darlena Tahero was Lorraine in this movie and was in in the 2009 Star Trek. Bunch of people got a bunch of small roles in that movie.
Yeah.
Matt Walsh, who was Eddie in this movie, was in Star Trek Lower Decks, as you know, and Patton Oswalt was in an episode of Star Trek Picard as a robot voice.
Oh.
But wait, there are also Marvel connections. Trying to go even faster.
All right.
Scott Schwartz, who was Fat Ron, was in Spider-Man. Patton Oswalt, again, who was in this
He's
movie
everywhere.
as the Disco DJ, was in Blade Trinity and Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, and in Eternals. That's right. He was the voice of Pip the Troll in Eternals.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Kevin Alexander Stay was a nightclub dancer who got a credit for that in this movie, and was also in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. George Chung, who was Chow the knife thrower in this movie, was in The Amazing Spider-Man.
Nice.
Nadine Ellis was a credited nightclub dancer in this movie, was also in Iron Man 2. Richard Edson was Monix in this movie and was also in Howard the Duck. Yes, we count Howard the Duck.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to now.
Yeah.
We have to count Owen Wilson, who it was in Loki, and he was also in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yep.
And of course, we have to count Terry Crews, who was in Deadpool 2.
Yep. And we
right.
forgot.
Yeah.
We also didn't give credit to this. I assume it's still MCU or, it's in the universe, but Patton Oswalt played MODOK in that brief show.
Oh, right. The Hulu.
MODOK.
Yeah. The what do they call? What's the Seth Green deal?
Yeah, his production company. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, didn't last very long. But he was definitely the voice of that, and so I think that makes Patton Oswalt our most
Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken. There you go.
Most connected of the Oswalds.
Of all the Oswalts, nobody's more connected than him.
Yes.
Well, that's
He should get
fantastic.
a patent on that.
He really should. He spell it wrong.
I know.
Hey, let's get to the whatever's next. Oh, the soundtrack grade. I give it a P for perfect. I thought it was dead on. I loved all that stuff. The 70s music was great. Barry Manilow at the beginning. You can't beat that stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Just really invokes a
One of his
certain
worst
vibe.
songs, though.
Oh, it's terrible. Right?
It's like, when I'm glad, you're glad. When I'm sad, like if you're doing a song where you're rhyming glad and sad, just give up on songwriting.
Yeah, just stop.
Like that's
Make it
go
end.
back to writing little flowery pictures in your notebook with butterflies and poetry and
Yeah.
How you really feel.
Is he out now? There was some sickness or illness or something. I think his tour
still
got
a
canceled or something.
Yeah, he's 80 something years old, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why that reaction? Why?
I don't know. It just felt like the appropriate time.
Why not now? If not now, then when?
Yeah, he's still alive, but stopped his residency at the Westgate, formerly the Las Vegas Hilton, and canceled a tour.
I think that face he bought fell off. I think that just fell off.
No. Yeah, it's
just, if you've seen him on stage lately, go look up a video lately. And I'm not saying there's no, what people do whatever they want, it's your body, but that face is barely hanging on by like 2 strings. It's just like a weird plastic mask that doesn't move when he talks. It's very weird.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they're whatever. Make whatever mistakes you're going to make. It's your face. You do what you want. You got the money. Go for it. All right, let's get to the social media post. This is where in 280 characters or so, you guys sum the damn thing up. We're going to start this week with Randy.
Starsky and Hutch. Fast cars roar down Bay City streets. 2 cops in leisure suits chase cheats. Starsky's wild. Hutch plays it cool. Together, they bend every rule. Undercover in a disco haze. They fumble through crime in 70s ways. Villains beware. They're slick, not rich. Huggy says, I found your 9-iron, bitch.
Really hoping it was going the direction it was, and it did. That made me happy.
Yeah.
Nice job. Also, let's go now to Brian Dunaway.
A lot shorter. Starsky and Hutch, like 70s TV show Navel Gazing with Owen Wilson. Wow. I think Will Ferrell liked it a lot. Hashtag more Gran Torino.
Yep. Showed his feet in the credits. Got his whole foot up there. That was nasty.
Yeah.
By the way, Dunaway, can you link out wherever you found those episodes? I would love to watch some old Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Wherever you go.
I didn't realize how much I would enjoy them. I thought, oh, this is not going to be
I'm into it right now. I've been watching Rockford. I'm like season 3 of Rockford Files right now, and I cannot get enough of this crap. So
let me give you a story note. It's like the episode I watched was Starsky's girlfriend, who is getting ready to be very serious with, is targeted by some bad guys for getting back at Starsky, and a bullet gets lodged in her brain.
Oh shit!
And she's only got months to live.
Damn.
Oh gee.
Damn, that's dark shit. Yeah, call Dr. House. We got to figure that one out.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a box set. So you get the movie as a box set, right? You get Starsky and Hutch and the Dukes of Hazzard, or you can get the classic action TVD starter set, which is 1 disc and features episodes of Charlie's Angels, Heart to Heart, Policewoman, and Starsky and Hutch.
Wow.
Heart to Heart.
That's annoying,
I
though.
almost forgot.
That's like when they put cartoon compilations and half of them are shit.
Yeah, right.
It's like, no, I don't want that. I want all the, Tex Avery ones. No, here's one from the bad era of the 70s or whatever.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Brian Denno or Ibbett, it's your turn.
Sure. Starsky and Hutch. I had to take a break from my Jim Croce and darts marathon to watch this one, but I had to do it.
Do it.
3 do-its. We got away with just 3 do-its. That's not bad. That's not bad.
3 do-its.
Could have gotten way worse, guys. All right, well done. Now this. I'm going to give this some alternate titles. This was going to be called Brunette and Blonde Man, but that didn't work. Or It's Never a Good Time for a Mime. I think that would have helped.
That is accurate.
I hate mimes. Even when it's a joke about mimes, I don't like them. Anyway, moving on to filmsack.com or filmsack@gmail.com emails. We got a couple of these this week. Decided to pull just from emails this week because we sometimes let those lag a little bit. David Cervera, I think is how you say it. He wrote in and says, coming of age movies is a subject. Okay, guys, I'm probably echoing 100 other people, but I was listening to you talk about coming of age movies, and I hear you mention superhero movies. You even mentioned Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
But then you didn't mention Into the Spider-Verse. I await your apologies on completely missing that modern-day classic.
Nice.
I mean, I agree. I think we probably lumped it together because, all Spider-Man content is coming-of-age content for the most part. So I would absolutely include Spider-Verse in that, but also it's not done yet, so we need to see them nail their landing before we make a judgment.
We need to get the last part of the trilogy.
Yeah,
Dang.
which Sony claims they're hard at work on. So we'll see if they can do that. Yan K wrote in and said, on the subject of Almost Famous, thank you so much for mentioning that movie as a coming of age movie during the Goonies episode. I just watched it by curiosity, and it was a little gem. I missed it at the time, but maybe saw a poster or two. It was nice to see these actors from so long ago. Thank you guys. It's always a pleasure to listen to your comments on movies. That's great. You should now go back and listen to our Almost Famous episode. That we did. And that is not a description of the episode Almost Being Famous.
It's an Almost Famous episode.
But we did one covering the film Almost Famous, and you'll get even more of that stuff. Speaking of great 70s vibes.
It's 497.
Oh, thank you. Episode 497.
497.
Yeah, it wasn't even that long ago. It's
just such a tremendous movie.
Yeah.
I can't wait to. I actually have this on the summer watch list for my kid. We're gonna watch Almost Famous among many movies that we're watching over the summer. That are a lot of them are coming of age films, and I'm very excited. I love that movie.
Best what's his name movies? Do you think the director Cameron Crowe? Cameron Crowe.
I think it's his magnum opus.
I kind of agree.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of something I like better. It's definitely not Vanilla Sky. It's fine, but it's not it.
It's not Fast Times.
Jerry Maguire is the movie that made him the most money.
Well, it's the most mainstream, and it's good, but it's a chick flick. I think Almost Famous gets it. I like it a lot. All right, well done, everybody. Before we leave that, just a note: filmsack@gmail.com is the place to do it, or you can go to QuickCat, or what the hell's it called?
QuickSack.
Sorry, it's not QuickSack. It's called what is wrong with my brain? Voicecast.app/filmsack.
Oh, gotcha.
Voicecast.app/filmsack will get you text access and voicemails if you'd like to send those. Please keep them coming. Let's do some Patreon stuff. I want to thank people for supporting us. We got 4 new great people this week.
Oh, nice.
Patreon.com/filmsack. New folks include Matthew Hackney. I will not take any meaning from your last name. I just say it's Hackney. Shay Edwards, Laura Akins, and finally, and this guy must really know what he wants because his username is more live watch-alongs, please.
Oh,
that's a great. That is what I want. I'm telling you, you can make your name anything in Patreon. Do that sort of thing. That's awesome.
We love.
You know what? I want those too. I think we all want those.
Yeah, I miss those. They're fun. Been a while. Some people
Double
were like,
Trouble would have been a great watch along if we were able to do it.
Yeah, and but it also, you know, the last time we did these, you couldn't do this, but now on Patreon, I can post video, so we can do this audio commentary behind the film and then post it up there.
StreamYard kind of perfect for this, right? Like video wise, we'd everything would match up.
Yeah, we can share video easy, so we can watch it together and show it to you without getting in trouble because Patreon's sort of a locked system. So
it's fantastic.
Yeah, so maybe those are coming. We'll see.
I just want to say one more time how much I enjoyed the extended discussion after the May bonus episode. That was just awesome.
Remind me where we went with that.
That was about movies that are better than the books they were based on.
Oh, that's right. That was a good one. Yep. Yeah, that was great. And all the feedback was great too. So thank you for that as always. That's going to do it for us, filmsack.com. Oh, our next movie we should probably mention is coming. What is it? Let's see here. It will be...
we're slapping in Ocean's 12 to make sure we get it in before the end of the month when it disappears.
Oh, that's okay. I picked up the DVD yesterday when I was at the thrift store. Yeah,
of course you did.
Yeah, of course you. That's what you do.
They had 11, 12, and 13. Yeah, I just couldn't pick up those other two. I couldn't do it.
Oh, really?
I couldn't do it.
Wait. You picked up 12 and not the other two.
I got to draw a line somewhere, Ibbot. Couldn't justify it.
So,
what was it, like an extra $2.50 to get all 3 of them?
It wasn't the money. It was the space.
It was the space.
Okay.
That's what they... I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
It was the space. And just so I'm... I know my brain's all over the place. And there's a bunch of reasons for that, but the thing that's going up this weekend though is we just finished our awesome comedy thing last week. You all heard, right?
Yeah,
that just happened last week. So this week is this, and then all right, I'm good.
Next week is Ocean's 12.
Yeah. It's not 2 weeks; it's a week.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Don't listen, you at home.
Yeah.
Don't look behind this Curtain. Okay.
Yeah, Scott Johnson is easily confused, but he always gets it straight.
On time shifty stuff like this, I get all effed up.
He always gets his man.
Yeah, I get so effed up on this stuff. Anyway, filmsack.com is our website. Patreon.com/filmsack is where you can support us. Please do that. You'll never get commercials. You get pre-show content every week. Content. You'll get some host specials, some art in the mail, all kinds of fun stuff. I just sent out the new art this month, and it's pretty rad. Who's this month for?
It's me, and I'm really hoping to get it done this week before stuff gets really crazy before the ride.
Which may be last week by the time folks listen.
That's what I meant. So. Yes, yes. I was really hoping to get it out last week. I wonder if I did.
I'll bet you did. You know what, you guys? I hope you enjoyed that awesome host special.
Can't wait to find out if I got it out in time.
No pressure, Ibbott.
Yeah, no pressure at all. Right. Now it kind of has to, right? You can't. Skip
I really do. It's great.
Well, anyway, that's that. Filmsack.com is our website. Find all the other things there. That's going to do it for us, for me, for Brian, and for Randy.
Man, what the hell is a terrarium?
We'll see you next time.
Hello, I'm a tailor, and your pant size is frog. You're always welcome at frogpants.com.
That's a fake mustache.